So as you saw in a previous image, the von Neumann architecture of the 50s was built up with a mixture of input devices that led into a central processing unit. And then after the processing was done, the output was sent to the output devices. And it made use of memory units. But as computers became more complicated and advanced, there's different types of memory units. So at the top here in our diagram, we have what is known as primary memory. And at the bottom down here, we have what is known as secondary memory. So the primary memory, if you think about it, can be split into two sections. There is volatile and non-volatile, and volatile memory is memory that can be changed, and that is random access memory. And non-volatile means that it can't be changed, so it doesn't change very easily or at all, and that is ROM. Now we're going to look into these two areas in a bit more detail in a future lesson on primary memory. But for secondary memory, you may already know this, but when your computer runs out of available RAM, what it does is it makes use of hard disk space, and it uses something called a scratch disk. It's virtual memory, okay, or virtual RAM. And the operating system automatically just allocates an area of backing storage as virtual RAM, and that allows the CPU to carry on running multiple stored programs and loading parts of a program into the central processing unit and then sending it back, and it just allows the computer to do more things and store more programs at the same time. So in our lesson on secondary memory, we'll look into different types of virtual RAM and how that can be stored, and it links to backend storage. So the entire section here, the secondary memory section, is actually also backing storage. We'll just finish off the arrows. So with the primary memory, you can obviously read information from ROM into the CPU. You can also read information from RAM into the CPU, and you can read information from the virtual RAM into the CPU. However, you can change the values of RAM because RAM is volatile, so we can write it back to RAM. And we can also change the values in virtual RAM, so we can write back to the secondary memory as well. And just for reference, the CPU is split into the three areas. You've got the control unit, and you have the arithmetic and logic unit, or for short, the ALU, and that does all the maths and the logic gates. And the third part of the CPU is actually a part of primary memory. So I'll write this in blue, and this is called, or these are called, the registers.